everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show tonight. Something real near and dear to me, something that I've been thinking about for the past couple of days due to a situation that happened to me recently. And the title of the show is, Don't Argue with a Fool. Don't argue with a fool. You know, if you got somebody right there in front of you and they sitting there saying something that's totally oblivious, and you sitting there wasting your time and energy trying to prove a point, and I don't even care if it was a piece of concrete, a damn piece of oak, they still ain't gonna get it. So I just want to tell you guys, once and for all, don't argue with no damn fool. All right. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Hey, man, best day of the week, baby.
That's right.
Best day of the week.
That's right.
Also say what's up to my other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Reek?
She in the building.
That's what I'm talking about. Man. Just we don't change the life. We talk about motivation, personal development, professional development, parenting, family, all that great stuff. We have close to 400 videos on changing lives. Right now we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. All right. But the main hub is the Changing Lives YouTube channel, while the videos. So make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And make sure you hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Okay. Just rehashing my previous week. It was pretty cool. Had a good time this past weekend. Went to a good friend of mine, William Roberts, my best friend. He's deceased, but his mother passed last year. But we had like a birthday party.
Okay.
At our house. His siblings threw that, so that was pretty cool. Going future wise, I've been looking at a lot of people. For present wise, a lot of people have kids that are graduating from high school and college. So I want to give a big shout out to all the graduates out there.
Right.
You know, you got to keep us. There you go.
You get my age, you can get about that. High school coming up.
Yeah, so congratulations to all you students and parents out there got somebody graduating. Real proud of y'all. Real happy for you guys.
That's right.
This Monday, I think that's May 23rd. I think that's what it is, May 23rd. My baby boy, William Burden, will be graduating from elementary school.
Oh, what?
Yeah. He'll be getting ready to go to middle school.
That's right.
So I'm giving an early congratulations.
Now the trouble begins.
Yeah. That's my road dog. Will rolled me all day Saturday.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
All day?
Yeah, all day, man. Me and Will be riding, man. But, we're just going into tonight's show. The reason why I want to talk about this is because everybody knows the past year I've had, with going through divorce, you relearning your life. And a lot of times I want to have this because I know a lot of people kind of share the same struggle and not necessarily going through a divorce, but more so just readjusting with your life. And I had an incident, man. I got an ex-father-in-law. Shout out, man, to Terry Ferguson, man. This show dedicated to you, man. My number one fan. My number one fan in the Philippines. Whatever village you in, I guess they ain't got nothing to do. You got to sit here and bother me all the damn time.
Right.
Since you can't sit there and play with the goats in your village and find somehow to get on come on my show and harass me.
Lord.
They done ran out of goats and ladyboys over there.
Hey to your mama.
Hey, mama. Yeah. Like I said, they ran out of the goats and the ladyboys and
Angela Burst too.
What's going on, Angela? But I just wanted to shot because my ex-father-in-law went on it was a year ago. He went on a rant, went through all my social media pages and did some slanderous lies and stuff like that on my page. And I did the bigger person route and try to say, okay, let me block you and ignore you, whatever. Go fast forward a year later, for whatever reason, like I said, I guess things ain't going good in his village.
Right.
So he's over in the Philippines.
He needs some excitement.
And so he goes back on my page, puts all kind of stuff, lies and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate.
Right.
And I can't really keep doing all this bigger person stuff because I understand. Now, what I ain't going to do, I'm not going to be arguing with folks in public and doing that stuff and making posts. That ain't me. I don't get down like that.
Right.
But I'm not going to keep being the bigger person, and I want to just share this with everybody because when you do that, and I'm not saying you meet mud with mud,
Right.
but sometimes you got to sit there and just throw the damn mud out because
Right.
a lot of times when you try to play that bigger person role, people continue to antagonize you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did the normal stuff, a block, a dot, we do this, that, and that, and next thing you know, them fools still find some way.
To get on there,
Yeah, to get on there or whatever. And I can't deal. I can't deal. And I understand there are a lot of people that go through this kind of stuff that constantly get stepped on. I did all that with the dang divorce.
Right.
You know, you either stepped on or crumbled up and all that kind of stuff. Everybody got what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And look, we should be cool.
Right.
But you still got people that a lot of times when the outcome, they can ask for something, but what they're asking for is not really what they want.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And what I mean by that, a person can ask you, well, look, I want some money, I want this, that, and that, and be away from me. Cool. You give it to them, and then you move on, and you be successful. You got this, that, and that. And again, I'm not saying this in regards to my ex-wife, but I just think other people see stuff, see you happy, and because you're not, falling in a hole and being bad,
Right.
they're mad. Because they didn't want, just say, or be a part, want you to be apart from somebody, or for you to give money to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see you suffer.
That's always.
They want to see you suffer.
Right.
They want to see you, squirming. They want to see Poochie eating beanie weenies,
Yeah.
spam sandwiches, living at the White House asking for quarters. That shit don't happen.
Basically, they want you in a bad place.
Mm-hmm. But that's not
And
reality.
you smiling so too hard. You smiling too hard.
They gap all out, baby.
He see whoever it was, that person see you smiling like
No.
this ain't going right.
No, he kicking all kind of straw in his hood. He kicking the holes in his hood.
This is not going right.
Yeah, no, that is not what I planned to happen.
Right. He supposed to be crying, breaking down, going on being a mental case.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. When you sit there and say to yourself, like, look, man, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And you sit there and give people what they want. And all the other folks and stuff like that, they like, well, cool. He finna see. But he don't see.
Right.
He move on and do what he got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when you sitting there going through it, you have to focus on what you're trying to do, coming out of stuff like that. And I'm going to do a lot of shows coming up because I know there are a lot of people that had that shared struggle coming out of divorces and stuff like that that do need encouragement and words of advice for coming out of it. But we start talking about dealing with other people, and they mean you no good.
Right.
Like I said, this ain't nothing against my ex-wife.
Right.
But it's just, that damn supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they see you okay, and people got a problem.
Sometimes I think people egg you on because they want you to argue with them. They want you to, be upset about something. So they'll spark they want to spark something in you to get you to argue with them. And you say play the bigger person. And a lot of times, what they really see is when they start saying things that are not true or false, or making false accusations about certain things. They know that to get your goal, they know you're going to start, you know what I'm saying? That's going to spark that fire right there.
Well, when the man start putting stuff about my grandparents, my granddaddy, my
Exactly.
grandmama, all these lies and stuff like that, the bigger you being the bigger person make them be a bigger menace to you.
Right.
And so you sitting there trying to be nonviolent.
Right.
And they hit you with, they throw the rock. Then they hit you with a bat. Next thing you know, they getting a gun or the knife. I can't deal with that.
Right.
I can't deal with that. And like I said, man, I just had to sit there and dress because, again, like, look, man, what the hell do you want?
Right.
What do you want? Do you want me to sing you like a new hut? What I mean? Like I said, I don't know if the lady boys over there went on strike.
And sometimes it may be just the fact that they have enough. They doing enough to turn that knife in your back a little bit, just enough to get you to react.
Oh, you turn?
Sometimes that may not. That's all they want. They just want you to react to it because when you go, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. That's just for some people. That's just not enough.
Yeah, I'm not going to do stuff to kind of diminish You know, my reputation.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about. You say lies, I say lies, back and forth. That ain't gonna do that.
That's what they want. They want you to do something that's out of character.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna address you. I'm gonna address you. But I'm just saying that people, they are in similar situations like that. When you choose, like, man, don't even pay attention to that pooch. Okay, cool. I give you a pass.
Right.
You know, I might give you 2 passes. But I can't deal. I can't deal. And like I said, man, I just want to have the conversation today with, like, not arguing with a fool, because you can't argue with a fool, because a fool gonna be a fool.
That's true.
And the crazy part about it, when you arguing with a damn fool and somebody else walking the street, they don't know which one to fool, because you know you're dealing with an idiot.
That's true. That's true.
And you have turned yourself into a damn idiot arguing with it, because you know no matter what you say or do, you're not gonna change the person that you're talking to.
This
right?
Is true. This is
so
true.
I just want to have this open conversation tonight. So guys, feel free to tune in with your comments or opinions about everything. Again, tonight show talking about don't argue with a fool, because far too often we know where we at in life. We know what we're trying to do, and a lot of times people will forget that everybody don't see the world through our lenses.
That's true.
Right? But common sense is common sense. But you forget my common sense and your common sense.
Two different.
Maybe two whole different common senses.
Right.
You hope that you can have adults that can understand, like, you know, hey man, that's how he feel. That's how, you know, this how I feel. We just move on with everything. But that's not always reality.
That's true.
Think about how, you ever been in the barber shop before? You know, the one point in time I did have hair. But just say you go in the barber shop and, you know, hey man, you know, classic one, you know, Michael Jordan, the best thing ever. No, man, LeBron better than him.
Right.
You know, that conversation can go to, man, you ain't damn worked in 2 years. How the hell you know what you're talking about? You ain't got a job.
Right.
Your woman drive you up here.
My wife house asked for sugar.
Hey, it just started with Jordan and LeBron.
Right.
And they done went from just disagreeing to all kind of stuff, man. That's why you got your son in jail, your daughter out there selling her this. Hey, man, I thought we were just talking about LeBron.
Right.
Everybody.
I think that has a lot to do with people's ego getting hurt. We lead with that ego. A lot of times we lead with that ego. We have this problem where, you know, our ego steps out first, and then our pride follows behind it. So a lot of times you may be arguing about something simple, and then something is said to where it hurts your ego and bruises your pride, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. You know what I mean? That's when the mama ain't no good, and daddy been drunk and got kids all over town, and all you was talking about is how to change a tire properly.
Well, we went from having a difference of opinions to just getting so personal.
Right.
Well, where did that come from?
I'm telling you, that's when that ego is hurt and that pride is bruised. That's when that happens. I'm telling you.
But you know what's funny?
It kicks in hard because now I got to get you back. You done hurt me, so now I got to hurt you.
But just say, okay, to that point, and you know, we started looking at, again, the night show we're talking about don't argue with a fool. To your point where you just said the ego and the pride, right? The issue is, hell, we ain't even went. We just talking about a difference. My ego shouldn't come up if I like LeBron better than Jordan. My ego shouldn't be a factor with it. No, I'm with you what you're saying. But it's just sometimes that I got to be right so bad that nothing you say can be right. And you can actually be showing me statistics. It can be playing statistics, ticket sales, media exposure, whatever metric you want to use. And no, it was just different then. Back then, these boys those guys used to foul hard and all that, you know, just all kind of stuff. But that's just how I feel. And so we started thinking about this kind of stuff. We all want to look at it from the most simplistic point, knowing the difference, what we talked about in the show before, what's the difference between a fact and opinion. And what we said before, people got a lot of strong opinions that they swear are facts. And we know a fact can't be refuted. We know a fact is just that. It's something that's true.
Right. I read, I want to say I read this recently, and it may be in the book I told you about. They said that most of the time our knowledge is group-based knowledge. We think we know a lot, but we actually don't know nothing because we take other people's knowledge and apply it as our own, that we know it too. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It may be a bunch of people in the group that know some stuff, and we take that knowledge as if we know it too. So most of our knowledge is group-based knowledge. It is not knowledge that we know, because we all think we know a lot about a lot, when we actually don't know anything. Because you may know a lot about finance, and as me being around you, I may take what your knowledge is and apply it to myself and say I know it too, and that's just not the case.
And the thing you heard me say could be just my damn opinion.
Right.
And we say that every Sunday. Huh?
Right.
Rev said the pastor said this.
Right.
Well, who say the pastor right?
Right.
And but again, because people don't question certain things, that's where we go with that. Because the fact can't be refuted.
Right.
And when you ask yourself something, when a person says something, can that thing be proven? If it's something that can't be proven, it's an opinion.
That's true.
Period.
That's true.
Period.
And most of the opinions I put forth like you just said, I put forth as facts, and it's just a matter of moving through the muck and mire to figure out what's fact and what's opinion. And most opinions are put forth as fact, and most people say facts, and they actually be opinions too. Mm-hmm. There may be other people's opinion that they're thinking as fact, because this other person may have said that opinion more scholastically, more PhD-ish. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Big shout out. What's up, PJ? My son PJ just tuned in.
What's up, PJ?
PJ just tuned in. Well, that's the thing about it. We especially use words that's better or the best. Those opinions, because everybody's going to have a different idea.
Right.
Like we started thinking about, like I said, that was fact and opinions. Can it be proven? See, here's the deal, man. Rumors hurt, and we know, they ain't true. But still, when you hear certain people say certain things, it can rub you the wrong way.
Well, rumors are actually innuendos that's added too. Like, today I might say, man, Poochie, I saw Nick over there on the corner, and he was begging for $1. And then by the time you get to where you going, you be like, man, did you know Lav seen Nick over there, and he was begging for a quart, he was begging for $1, and he was eating out the trash can. And then as it goes,
Nick doing some sadistic
right.
shit.
By the time to the 10th person come, Nick done shot somebody in the corner, robbed for their wallet while he was eating in the trash and begging for $1.
Prostituting and everything. Whoa. Damn, man. Nick be like, I'd do for a quarter. That's all I did. I didn't know I was doing all of that.
Actually, I asked him for a change for $1. But we always got to make the story more sensationalized than it actually is, because we want to see your reaction.
Exactly.
We want to add our opinion to it, because when we see Nick on the corner, we automatically gonna say, "What Nick do? Why is he begging? Was he?" Then we, instead of just saying, "Hey Nick, what's going on?" we gonna assume that we know what it is. And then we gonna tell. I'm gonna tell Poochie. Then Poochie gonna tell somebody else. And then by the time we get back to Nick, he gonna be like, "All I was doing was asking for change for the bus." You know what I'm saying? Just
my ex-father-in-law, with that stuff that was happening, his whole thing was to feel better knowing that people felt a certain way about me.
Right.
That's all that was.
Right.
That's all that was. Now, what I'm not going to do...
Mess up your reputation.
Yeah. Now, what I'm not going to do is talk about him or say this. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? You know what you done did and what you haven't done. That ain't my thing.
And I agree with you. See, I have that same issue with my ex-wife before. She said some stuff about me to my children, and I don't think it's, for one, I don't think it's the children's place to know what me and her went through in our marriage, for one. Mm-hmm. And for two, I don't think it's my place to correct that, because you know what happened. You know what happened. I don't need to tell my children what happened to make myself feel better. You know what happened, I know what happened, and you know why we're not married. So I don't need to have this discussion to clear up anything. You know what I'm saying? And
a lot of it is irrelevant, because that's not the present. The present is where we are now.
Right.
We know this.
Right.
So let's just focus what is, not what woulda, coulda, shoulda, all that kind of stuff.
What is we not together.
Yeah, exactly. And move forward.
Right.
And that's why I want to have that discussion again. We having a discussion rather, because you sitting there, you knowing somebody is spreading certain things or doing certain things about it. Man, you can't argue that.
Right.
That man has proven that he don't like me, and I don't care too much about him. Mm-hmm. And I have no problem with you not liking me. That's anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't got no right to mess with me.
Right.
And I have no right to mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I want to just tell people, look, when you know you're dealing with people like that, don't waste your precious life trying to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can address it, but make that address that time when you address them as precise and as concise and small as possible.
Right.
You don't want to waste too much time
Mm-hmm.
because you still got your life to live and do your thing.
Right. You wasted 1 minute of your good summers left
There you go.
on this.
There you go.
And that's what they want you to do. They want to be rent free in your head. That's the problem. They want to be rent free in your head. They want to be they want to be on your mind so bad. That's what they do. So like all day you're gonna be like, man, what's this? Why this? Instead of enjoying your day, you worry about what this idiot doing, or why this idiot doing it, or why this idiot did that. Instead of just going, it is what it is. Ain't nothing I can do about that, and moving on. So you wasting all your time with this rent free idiot in your head.
We have to be very careful of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we do that, we do what? We empower people.
Right.
We empower people, and we also lose a lot of the power we have over ourselves. Because I can't control what Lamb do.
Right.
Because I can't go into this whole trying to persuade this man or tell other people and hope they do. No, I can't control that man. But that man don't have no right to bother me.
Right.
You know? And so that's why I want to have a discussion again. We're talking about don't argue with a fool. And we looking at it just from a conversation spot, and we're looking at just facts and opinions and how people should look at certain things. So I look at next, just saying that being able to respect other people's opinions, and that's one of the biggest things I think that a lot of people miss, because when you being able to respect other folks' opinion, no matter how much you disagree with them, shows a lot about your maturity level. Because when we navigate through life, we do feel like what we do for the most part is the right thing. But like we talk about all the time, it's several ways across the finish line. I can hop over it, I can crawl over it, I can flip over it, jump, dance, whatever. I crossed it. So the path I took is the path I took. It don't necessarily be a right way, wrong way, best way, not best way. It's just what I took.
Right.
And so for me to sit here and tell you that's how you should do it, that's one thing. You see that a lot with people raising children. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And people look at what they've done, and then that's applicable to everybody's situation.
Right. They just because that's your way of doing it doesn't mean, and it worked for you, doesn't mean it's gonna work for me. And we had this discussion on Sunday with a guest. He was like, this woman, and I was like, well, hold on. This is, in this type of thing that we're doing, we all just trying something. It's like a gumbo. We try this, it don't work, we take it out. We try this, we put it in, we take it out. We just trying things. Nobody has the perfect formula to success. Everybody's trying it, and whatever hits.
Yeah.
So, that's what I was telling them. I was like, there's no end-all, be-all formula to a lot of this stuff. It's all pretty much guesswork and trying to figure it out as you go.
And depending on how receptive that person is, you know how far to go with that conversation. Like, man, I know this person ain't going to get it. Because sometimes you can have certain conversations with people depending on their intellect, their maturity, their experience, or whatever. Some things people just can't process.
Right.
Give you a perfect example. I was talking to some guys. I got a landscaper, been using fast 10 years. Shout out to Hardy Blash, man, CNH Lawn Manicurist.
Yeah.
Man, Hardy been doing my yard for 10 years. Solid brother. Check out, guys, Google CNH Lawn Manicurist. Solid guy. Hardy been doing, like I say, solid dude. I was talking to some guys. I'm just talking about, doing your own yard. I said, man, I ain't do it. Oh, man, man, get out there and do the yard and all that stuff. And so what I threw out was, because I don't take offense to what people say.
Right,
right. Pooch ain't cutting no grass. Pooch cutting no grass growing up. I ain't knocking nobody.
Right.
But the way I view it is, I ask the question. And again, I'm not saying my way right. It's just for me. My question is, what do you find the value of your time? How much do you feel your time costs.
Mm-hmm.
People throwing out numbers. I feel like I'm $20, $50 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
$100 an hour. Da 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 da. I said, look, it's known. I charge $2.10 an hour
Right.
to run my mouth.
Uh-huh.
I pay that man $65 to knock out my whole acre lot.
Right.
Look, he do the cutting, the trimming, the blowing, and all that stuff in and out my yard with a crew, 25, 30 minutes at most.
Right.
I know Poochie get out there, it's gonna take 4 or 5 hours, breaks, not to mention the back pain
Right. Right.
and all that stuff, because number one, I ain't got the tools.
Uh-huh.
I don't do that kind of work, so my body ain't conditioned
Right.
to go out there and do that kind of project.
And you don't have the desire to do it. So you're going to half-ass it.
Exactly. And don't have the damn time.
Right.
So if I know he get out there and do it in the time, that fraction of the time that he gonna do it, and I give him that, I could be doing what I do best, making some money.
Right.
When I said that and I looked at them, I know they didn't understand that.
Right.
You know, they weren't processing that. So the decision is, Poochie, keep trying to sell this on these people, let it be.
Right.
Let them just feel good. I wouldn't do it. Okay, cool, let you have
Right.
it. Cool, he don't see that. They didn't see that.
Right.
You know, and it's not for me to sell that.
Or explain.
Exactly, because I know at the end of the day, no matter if I pulled a rabbit out of the hat
Uh-huh.
and show this is how the trick worked, they still won't go be able to get it.
Right.
And you got to be honest with yourself. Listen, if you feel, okay, this is for you, why the hell you trying to say convince this person?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it right off.
You know,
I ain't cut no grass since. I'm not gonna cut. I don't like yard work, and I know this. So it's like, I feel like it's like prison. It's like I'm on a prison chain gang when I'm cutting grass.
Well, let me say this, Lab. Year or two from now, whatever we just saying, Poochie retired. We're just throwing a scenario. Poochie ain't got nothing to do.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I might get out there in my yard and I'll be trying to, you know, have this blue ribbon yard, and I'm out
Right.
there laying in the grass and make sure it's
Cutting with
approximately
scissors.
2 inches and all that kind of stuff, and looking at my tulips and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can tell you the difference between a this or a that before the flower,
Uh-huh.
but I got the time to do it, and that's what I'm involved with.
Right.
But if you sitting out there, have a different focus, let them people do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that I was talking to somebody that was over their head.
Okay.
So why I'm wasting my time?
Right. That's
And they
like
sitting out there, I wasn't getting into that, man. You just
a man
you
will get out there and
a
cut
man.
grass.
Okay. Okay. You know, because you know what that is. It's just trying to
Right.
insult me
Right.
to do that, but
Or a man can let somebody else cut the grass while he's sitting in the house relaxing because this is his only day off.
hey, but with that said, you know you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings. You know that's gonna be contentious.
Right.
I ain't even getting that with you.
Yeah.
I'll let you have that.
That you had that.
I ain't saying I'm right with that, but why I'm argue with you?
Right.
Why I'm argue with you?
Like
You
you
know?
said, the way you do things just ain't the way he want to do, or the way they want to do things. They don't see value in that.
You know, and it's hard because when you're having these conversations, we talk about respecting other people's opinion. You got to keep emotions at bay, and everybody just not in a state where they gonna keep
Right.
emotions at bay.
Everybody thinks they can control their emotions. You know, the funniest thing I see is people talking about no emotions and cold-hearted. And they got emotions.
Yeah.
They got emotions. Everybody has emotions. I don't care how much you want to be hard and don't have emotions. Let something happen that you really, really, really can't deal with. The emotions start flowing. We all got emotions. It's a human thing. There's no way you can't have no emotion.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like, okay, we just had a draft a couple weeks ago, and you see everybody was like, the Falcon need this, the Falcon need that. Now, the vast majority of people are not former NFL players. They're definitely not NFL executives.
Right.
So they don't understand the whole complexities of contracts, salaries,
Salary caps.
I mean, talent
collective
evaluations,
bargaining agreements.
all that kind of stuff, you know. And what we see even with the kids, we see the surface. See the kid, this, that, and then we don't know the kid addicted to cocaine. We don't know if the kid got 2 or 3 baby mamas, family gonna be stressing them out. Things that they actually evaluate to see. Now again, do they miss stuff? Absolutely.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff we don't because that's not our cup of tea. We sitting out at homes, we watching. They need to get it, they get that, you know. And people have those strong opinions
Right.
about what they need to do, but they're not. It's a reason, be it right or wrong, however you want to look at it. those people making millions of dollars as evaluators.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we talking about at the executive level to make those kind of decisions. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong.
Right.
You know, and sometimes it's just lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when people have those things like what they need to do, they can't sit here and they don't look at it like, man, I don't know, this is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what they need. I'm telling you. Man, I know. I'm telling you. Matt Ryan, and that's
Right.
Polo Matt Ryan. Polo Matt Ryan.
You get started talking about them sports, it become a different conversation all the time. People put too much energy into that sometimes.
Sports, religion,
right,
politics, raising kids, man. You know,
right.
You know, people. You know, you have to be very cautious.
Mm-hmm.
So you start dealing like that. You know, you go into any one of those, because people really, I think they so stuck on where their level of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, once you have a good grasp of a particular subject, you understand how much you don't know and how much you can't control about certain things. But a person, a lot of times, what we say, intentional ignorance. They don't want to equip themselves with information, because once you have information, you're accountable.
Yeah, you can't say I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know. But they'll say all kind of stuff. Well, this guy don't want to play. That guy lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't know if he had an injury.
Right.
You don't know if it was the quarterback said the wrong play, said one play and did the wrong thing.
Right.
You don't know. But we'll have all kind of opinions about a person.
Mm-hmm.
And call them lazy. You be like, man, you really don't even know this person.
Right. Not one bit. You ain't never met him.
No. But you trying to sit here and have a conversation with a person that truly believes they're right, you're wasting air.
Yeah.
You're wasting air. And
it was when you talking about everybody, they know so much. I read a book that said that, never walk in the room thinking you know everything or know a lot about, that particular subject, because there's bound to be somebody in there that knows more about it than you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I walk into places and people are already having conversations, especially if I don't know those people or I don't know, the circumstances of what they're talking about, I just sit in the corner and shut up.
I was just talking to a friend of mine, before I pulled up for the show. They were asking me, like, you go into a room, how do you just go in there trying to sell to people? And what you just, I said, I do that. If I don't know people, I get in the corner and try to get the temperature of the room.
Right.
Kind of see what it is, and then kind of maneuver my angle from there. I don't try to go in and impose. Not saying my way right, not saying something else is wrong, but I just know what worked for me. Right. I don't try to sit here and delve in and push out, this is what it is, I'm Mr. Right.
Right.
Because you all, like your point, you got people sitting there and they're like, nah, man, you wrong, but they ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
And sometimes people will sit there and let you dig this hole for yourself to make you look like an idiot.
Right.
But look, man, you totally wrong. This is exactly how it goes. You're like, dang, I ain't know.
Right.
But you're so stuck on that. There's nothing wrong with not knowing, guys. There's nothing wrong with being wrong sometimes, But you got to be able to fess up and say, damn, I didn't know that.
Right.
My bad about that. I don't like being wrong. I don't like being wrong. But reason why I don't, but with that being the type of person that doesn't like being wrong, I have no problem saying I don't know.
Right.
I got no problem with that.
Right.
So people say, well, you don't like being wrong. I don't. But I also have a problem telling you guys I'm not for sure. Most people that, a lot of times, I'm sorry to say most, but a lot of times people don't like being wrong. They like saying something and knowing it's not true. Because that's where we start going into that difference of opinion and a lie. And that lie is something that you ain't for sure, but you're going to keep arguing it. Regardless how you know it's not, you don't know it to be factual, but you're going on what you feel, and you still pushing it. It ain't true, and you know it ain't.
Right.
But you just feel so much about it.
Well, you didn't spit it out. So now you got to stick with it. You got to prove to these people who know that it's a lie why it's true.
Gas is high. Just at the pump a little while ago. Now that's relative.
Right.
It's high to me. Somebody got the money. Hey, they looking at it like, hey, man, we just got to do it.
Right.
What's the old adage? Well, the guy say it ain't tricking if you got it.
Right.
So you got the one guy saying, I ain't finna be paying for this and I ain't paying for that. You know, I ain't buying this for the girl. I ain't gonna do this for the girl, right?
Right.
You a trick. You do this, that, and that. But you got one guy in a different pay grade. Hey, I'm gonna fly you out.
Right.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna buy your house, buy your car. He ain't. He got that money to do that.
Right.
The guy that can afford a combo and a movie ain't gonna be thinking. He looking at that's crazy.
He ain't flying nobody out.
So yeah, that's crazy to fly the girl out.
Right.
But the guy that got the money, it ain't no big deal.
It is what it is. You do this every weekend.
Hey, he just let me cash up a couple $1,000.
Right.
It ain't nothing to him.
Right.
You know, you just your pay grade, you can't see that.
Right.
And a lot of times people so stuck on their situation, that's how things are, and they can't sit there and get out of that.
Right.
It's all relative. It's all relative. The person that's 100L, 1,000L, a 10,000, 100,000L, and a millionaire and a billionaire, all gonna move differently.
That's true.
Have some things in common, especially let's just say morality-wise, but functioning. You know, you change a little different. You gonna move a little different.
Right. That $4 a gallon ain't hurting that millionaire.
No, it ain't. No,
$4 a what? What's that?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. I'm finna fill this, 40-gallon tank up with premium.
Right.
And I just got to keep it moving.
Right.
And you got some just sitting there like, Lord have mercy, man.
I heard somebody said, everybody talking about these gas prices. If you can't afford it, you should have got the vehicle. So there we have it. There you have it. That's why I drive a Versa.
Man, I'm all that gas station day, boy, that shit was depressing. Everybody squeaked, dude.
Yeah, everybody kept squeezing.
See how far they looking like, damn, man, that damn $10 didn't go too far.
Right. And I saw all the people in the truck squeezing, but the little girl pulled up in the Range Rover, put the pump in the thing, clicked it, and got back in the car while it filled up.
Money ain't a thing.
Right, it was just running. Yeah. She ain't looked back at it. She ain't did nothing. She just put it in there, clicked it, and got in the car.
Hey, who's right, who's wrong?
Right.
But again, we talking about them lenses. They ain't gonna understand it.
Right.
You be talking to you black and blue. They ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it. Again, tonight show we talking about not arguing with a fool. The fool is gonna be the fool regardless. You trying to change the fool or compete and argue with the fool turns you into what? Another fool. All the time, man.
It look like two fools arguing.
Exactly.
Right.
Again, it's Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Forgive me if I forgot anything. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, which is the main hub for the videos. Close to we might be over 400 videos now. Subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the great information we have there. And also make sure you hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. And again, when you start looking at these particular things, you say to yourself, what's the easiest way to kind of avoid conflict with that stuff? And that's just learning really learn how to agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
If you can agree to disagree, and I think that's one of the key things, I think a lot of times successful politicians, because at the end of the day, people have platforms and they get get elected and stuff like that, but they understand that, look, I'm not going to see eye to eye with this person in all cases, but the end goal is the end goal. So I may not get everything that I want, but if I get some of the key things I want out of it, you get some of the key things you want, we might be able to function with that. But learning.
Let me throw something in there before we get too far away what you just said about the platforms and all that. In my psychology class, they said that a lot of times we navigate to people who are like-minded. We gravitate to people who think like we think. So a lot of times that's why we don't see how we're thinking may be wrong or may be conducive to to arguing. We don't see that because everybody in our circle thinks, acts, and does everything kind of the same way we do. So we don't see nothing. Like everybody we're surrounded with thinks like we think. Mm-hmm. So every opinion that we throw out, they agree with. So when we get around somebody who necessarily does not, who may not think as we do or act as we do, and we say something, and they say, "No, that ain't right," then we tend to think, well, I got 25 people who agree exactly with what I'm saying. What you got? So that's why we tend to think that what we're saying is correct, even though it's our opinion. We tend to think it's fact because we got all these people around us telling us facts.
Well, you see that a lot of times when they'll get like a celebrity or somebody to say, okay, speak for all black people, or say this kind of stuff because they're popular, they're speaking for other people and stuff. And again, to your point, what happened with that is when you figure that you stay in that bubble, and I'm only function with like-minded people, my process of things is only gonna go so far. Straight up. It ain't gonna go no far like, I said my ex-father-in-law, it's just gonna go no farther than his village.
Right.
Everybody in that tribe is gonna feel the same way.
Exactly.
But your process, things you get done, only gonna go so far. We gotta understand that, and I understand, agreeing to disagree is much easier said than done. I understand. I get that, but it's also not that difficult either, because when you are okay with how you feel and okay how lab feel, you keep it moving. But your own personal pride, egos, insecurities will stop you from that. You just gonna sit here and be so stuck on what you feel. You're not gonna sit here and like be cool with, hey, everybody don't see the world the same way.
Right.
And you sitting there trying to make this other person feel a certain way. No. I've learned in life, hey man, it's cool. I can respect your opinion. Just respect mine. I can't make you respect mine, but that's how I'm gonna roll with it. If you don't respect mine, I don't have to deal with you.
Right.
Like I said, you ain't gotta like me,
right,
but you can't mess with me.
Right.
That's the thing about it. You have to understand everybody did not see, again, the world the way you do. And see, a lot of times, pride will hinder so much stuff you're trying to do because everybody want to be right. Everybody want to be. I deal with a lot of organizations where there are a lot of alpha males, where everybody just is smart, successful, this, that, and that. But the true leaders of the alpha males are the ones that can understand. Like, look, man, we got a lot of strong opinions, a lot of bright brothers in here. And unless we sit here and try to, like, encompass and understand everybody's, because we can't put everybody's opinions on the table.
Right.
But we have to sit here and say, look, how does what they're saying impact the process or goal we're trying to make? The goal is still what? The goal. Trying to get this kid to be the best kid possible. We're trying to get this organization in the right direction. We're trying to get certain funding or whatever, right? The end game is still the end game. So what you like and what I like may be totally different. But let's be honest about how this is going to impact it.
Right.
So you say, I feel. A lot of times we can't go on feelings. Because feelings is just what? What you feel.
Feelings is still the opinion.
Exactly. But we saying, look, if we do this, we have facts to show by doing this, it equates to that. Now, if you can't do that, I get away from that.
That's right.
So how if that person feels like talking to their kids is better, and at the end of the day, it comes out of the child having success, they didn't have to whoop them. If you sit there and say to yourself, well, look, man, I don't want to, go about this route to get my child in college, or we getting the business off the ground, we're actually marketing this way, you're like, nah, man, that ain't gonna work. Well, it didn't work for you.
Right.
And it may not work for them, but it's just something different they're trying to do. But coincidentally, for whatever reason, they're doing something totally opposite of what you did, and they're having success with it. I see that all the time on YouTube.
I was about to say, you see that on social media. Something that may be successful for one person may not work for another person. But everybody will try just to see if they can be successful too.
I done went through the whole bells and whistles of, like, okay, try to have a perfectly edited video, lighting good and everything, and do okay, great content, everything. Did I feel great content? And I've sat there and also done videos walking down the street. Hey, y'all, who didn't get that? What was that video I did went viral? Hey, who didn't get that? If you thought your tax man kept a refund check, let me know how you feel.
I remember that.
Damn week, 70,000 views.
Right.
What the hell?
Right.
Didn't no thought run in my mouth.
Right.
Just bored.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Right.
And it said that exploded. How would I know that? And like I said, sometimes people get so caught into that. that, my way right. And I just dealt, like I said, that is my ex-father-in-law. He always pushing, you gotta listen to your elders. You gotta listen to your elders. And I want to share with y'all guys, there's a difference between an elder and an older. Right. There's a difference between an elder and an older. And an elder is somebody that's gonna share wisdom, right, and give you game to help you develop and grow. An older is just a number. Running their damn mouth, don't know nothing. Because you can have way more wisdom and you're younger than somebody older because you've done something. You have different experiences. Because you're older than them mean you wiser with me, and that don't make you right. Right. So like I said, there's a difference between an elder and an older.
This is true.
And a lot of times people are older, they don't want to admit that.
Right. And a lot of times people older, they automatically think that they your elders, or it's just little nuances that when they older, they think that they're your elder, they think that they're your matriarch, the patriarch, and all. And those things are not necessarily the case. Those things are not necessarily true.
There are things that they know that you don't know, but there's a lot of things you do know. The good part about me, I think I've always been a pretty smart guy. The thing that's always helped, I've been put in a lot of leadership positions because I am sharp. What I had to learn, I was put in a lot of leadership positions with a lot of people that were older than me, and they was abrasive to me because they were older. They felt like they knew more, but they didn't. They knew a lot more probably in some life situations than I did, which is I can agree with, but it wasn't applicable to what we were doing. What we were doing, I'm more wiser about this. Okay. Just like I have children, I got a son that played college football. I've coached rec ball for 20 years. Man, I know he knows more about a lot of football stuff than I do because he's been at a higher level operating function at that. Now, he not necessarily know what I know as far as dealing with younger kids.
And parents.
Yeah, and parents. Right. Exactly. Like I had to give my older son some advice, like dealing with parents. But there is a lot of stuff he doesn't know. So why be confrontational and argumentative with him? Hey, this is what's going on, instead of looking at what they know that I don't is more of an asset as far as like, nah, you don't know. When we recognize the things that we don't know and try to get people in place that do know that information, that's when you start seeing true success. When you can be honest with yourself about the information you don't know. That was one of the biggest things. Like I said, I'm just using my ex-father-in-law because he gave me the inspiration to the show. Appreciate that, Terry Ferguson. He was always adamant about he just started a nice show. Just that whole I'm right because I'm older. Nah, that ain't how it is. Right. I'm gonna respect you. I ain't gonna do this, but you're wrong. Right. You're not right because you're older. You like I said, that's the difference between an elder and an older.
We've already, even just because you haven't, like you said, you haven't experienced the same things I've experienced. You haven't done the same things I've done. So just because you're older doesn't necessarily mean you're right. And just because you're older and the things that you've done and the path that you've taken may not necessarily be what I want to do.
And it may be irrelevant to now.
Right.
It may be irrelevant to now.
Right.
Totally different. Totally different. The tax industry 20 years ago is totally different from what it is now. Right. Every music industry, train, all kind of things are different because we got something called technological advances. So you don't move the same way. But you can look at older people that experienced it and get a lot of wisdom. Right. So on both sides, there's something to be learned from it. But when you got these people that just, no, man, you're an idiot, you're dumb. No. And you got to sit there and say to yourself, when you're dealing with these folks, that's a damn fool. Right. That's a damn fool.
And keep it pushing.
And keep it moving.
Right.
Because there ain't no way in the world I can get them to see anything the way I want it to be. And I know me. Pooch ain't finna do that. Right. Man, I ain't got time to argue with you. I see you not trying to, you going to be abrasive with everything I try, everything I say. What I'm going to keep arguing with you for? I know the reputation that I have. If I know that, I'm not finna sit here and diminish anything that reputation I've built to sit here and just argue with somebody I know that's a slam damn fool.
Right.
I'll disappoint more people with interact with that behavior.
Especially arguing with them about something that is irrelevant to the times, like you said, that's not relevant.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the current situation, current time or place or thing that I'm doing. All the nouns that I'm doing now are not the same nouns 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
These nouns are totally different. These nouns are moving fast and forward. So we're not gonna keep going back to those old nouns, and that's what a lot of times we have to say to people. I have to say to ourselves when people come to us with that crap. What I had to say to myself, I ain't finna be arguing with this woman about all that old nouns, all the old stuff, because that's irrelevant to what I'm doing today. And I'm not finna let you live rent free in my head with all that old stuff. So now, even with people currently, I argue with somebody and fuss and all that. Now it's like, I'm not finna argue with you over that.
You waste
because
the
that
energy.
was yesterday.
You waste the energy.
This is today.
Because you waste the energy, lad. Because how can you focus on you going forward if you got that ball and chain on you, dealing with somebody that's dragging you back or bringing up stuff? No, you should have did this. You should have did that. Why you did it? Why you did it? Hey man, look, it didn't work. Let me try to do something else. Well, you should have did this. I know. When I made mistakes, one of the biggest things I learned, even just say coming out of my voice, people say, well, why you do this or why you do that? I know I might have messed up.
Right.
I don't need you to remind me I messed up.
Right.
I need some solutions.
That's what I'm going to mess up again.
When I'm drowning in the ocean, I don't need, why the hell you in the damn water? Give me a damn raft. Give me something. Yeah, right. I'm drowning. MF, I know I shouldn't have been out there.
You should have jumped in that.
Yeah. I know that, but give me something for the damn shark bite me.
You know you couldn't swim before you dumped that deep end.
Exactly.
Giving you all the why you shouldn't have instead of throwing you a life raft or preserver to pull you in.
Look, I know I messed up.
Right.
Shit, help me out. I don't need no damn reminder. Hell, I'm living my reminder.
Right.
I don't need that. But again, you depending on who you talking to, you sitting on that person like, yeah, you should. I don't need a lecture. Police pull you over, this, that, and that, you speeding and all that. I know I did.
Right.
Now, if you gonna let me out of this ticket, I'll let you give me that little sermon.
Right.
But if you give me a ticket, man, give me my damn ticket.
Right.
So I get the hell on. Yeah, so I can go on, because I know. I know this damn $100 ticket gonna remind me.
Right.
I didn't, but I don't need your damn lecture.
Right.
I don't. But if you're gonna give, you gonna let me off the hook. Okay, cool. Right. But again, what we're not gonna do is have this. Why you pull me over? What are my rights? Man, you know how far this gonna get. I'm not finna argue with Mr. Crayola cop on the side of the road.
Right.
And I know they ain't even processing it.
Right.
Man, let me get my stuff. I can go do all that stuff the next day at court, put a complaint and all that. But I'm not finna argue with Mr. Crayola on the side of the road. No, it ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta say, when company I worked at a couple of years ago, we had company trucks, and all the company trucks had dark tinted windows. I mean, dark tinted windows. I pulled me over, give me a ticket for the tint on the windows, thinking I'm just gonna. So I went to court. Judge, I already went on the side of the road. I said, okay, thanks, no problem. Went to court. Judge say, so you got tint on your window? I said, yeah. I said, it's a company truck. He said, it's a company truck? I said, yeah. He said, well, why he give you a ticket? I said, I don't know. When he ran the tags and ran the insurance, he could see it was a company truck. He looked up at the cop and like, it's not even my truck. You can go home. Case dismissed. No fine. You know what I'm saying? Just all that old unnecessary shit. I didn't want to argue with him on the side of the road because I could have easily said, man, it's a company truck. It ain't my truck.
Want to fix nothing.
Right. He still going to give me the ticket.
Yeah. Wasn't going to fix nothing at all.
Right.
So why we wasting air? Let me do it, keep moving, and we'll take care of that stuff later. Again, we're talking about tonight, don't argue with a fool. One key thing I think people have to understand, you got to be cool with people seeing the world in a different way from you. You just got to be cool with it.
I had to learn that too.
You got to be cool with it because, that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of being in this country. Everybody got different opinions. I see the video sometimes. People say, well, look, I seen a video on TikTok. People riding. There was some pickaninny stuff in their yard. They were like, only in Georgia, only in Mississippi. Well, people still think like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I personally don't have a problem with people being racist or whatever, as long as they stay in their bubble.
Right.
And when they step outside it, that's when it's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have different prejudice in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a short man. Some folk don't want no
Some
short
of
man.
they don't like
I know,
short
hey,
men.
ladies, I don't want
They
no
like
short
big
man.
men. They can take them at the club.
You know, exactly. You know, I can love you, but I can't post you up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna bag you down to slam
There
dunk on
you go. And I ain't trying to play no damn basketball anyway. I got my own little shot.
Right.
You know. So I'm sitting there saying, like, if that's what you want, go get it.
Right.
Go get it. You ain't gonna get there. I ain't got no hair.
Right.
I ain't got all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got some great conversation, awesome personality.
Right.
If you want it, hey, you in luck.
I could pay for a decent meal.
There you go. But all the other stuff, he's not 6'4". And
Right.
Hell no.
No.
You didn't get it from Poochie. No. You need to go match or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
I can't deal. You know. So why would I get enamored? She don't want me because I'm short or this, that, and that.
Right.
No, get the hell on, go get that. And that's cool. And that's cool.
Right.
That's cool. And you can't get in your feelings about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll enjoy life so much more. I understand that, like, look, man, that's what they want. They cool, keep it moving.
Right.
I'm cool in my space. I ain't got no problem with folks being in their space where they want. We just can't impede other people.
Right.
That's when everything go left. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I say every no saving you from something.
Hey, there you go.
Every no saving you from something.
There you go. We all know every person that somebody want that you think just the best thing possible.
Right.
If somebody somewhere is like, man, I'm
That's
glad
a
they the
headache.
hell away from me. For real. Be like, man, why you get away from that good woman? Be like, shit, it's a good woman to you. Damn, Antichrist to me.
Right.
Shit, you know. But people gotta understand that your lens is what? Your lens.
Right.
Your interests, your preferences, that's yours.
Right.
And ain't nothing wrong with it, but you gotta understand that's just what you feel and what you believe.
Right.
And so that's why I want to have that discussion tonight where we were talking about, you know, don't argue with a fool. Because so many people out there today think that their way is the right way. And you got to sit here and say to yourself, for you to function and you to be successful, when I say successful, not necessarily from a business or career standpoint, but just enjoying and living life, you can't get caught up with these damn fools trying to win them over or how you feel or even try to conform yourself. When you try to change yourself to make others feel good, you ain't gonna really enjoy it because you know it ain't you.
True. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I had to learn that stuff. I had to learn all that stuff because I would argue and fuss and fight with folks about certain things, and now I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth my energy. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's you do that. But once it crosses into the realm of being a problem for me, then I can address it. But if it's not a problem for me, that's what you prefer to do. You prefer to do that. That's how you want to live. Then
You like it, I love
thing.
it.
How you like it, I love it.
All day and night,
You know what I'm
baby.
saying? My time is valuable. My summers are limited.
There
And
you
I'm not
go.
going to waste 1 minute or a second wasting my time with somebody who don't understand, don't appreciate, and don't care to listen to what I'm saying. Or not even give it a thought, not even give it a little consideration. Why am I waste my time with that?
And when you can get to that point, what you just said, Lab, hey, now you being successful in life.
Yeah.
Because you focus on one goal, being the best you possible.
Making
So,
me happy.
Yeah, so
Period.
with that said, again, man, I want to give a big shout out to Terry Ferguson, man, because you really inspired me to rethink a couple things. Because number one, man, I want to part with people just sharing this. You know, when people don't mean you no good. So you got them kind of people like that, leave them the hell alone.
That's true.
Just let them be miserable in their own little space. That's why I say I'm gonna let that brother. I know he enjoying, whatever he doing in his little hut,
Enjoying.
in his little village, with his little lady boys. Let him be.
That's what he do.
We'll let him be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing Poochie can say
Right.
can change that,
his
brother.
mind.
I wish you well, cause I'm gonna be well.
Right.
That's how that is.
Right.
And I wish everybody here to focus on being the best you possible. And anybody that's not caring about the direction that you going with your life, or people that have the betterment of you, because somebody can kick some game, Poochie, man, you might want to rethink this, that, and that. And you know people genuinely care.
Right.
You got to be receptive to that, too.
Right.
That doesn't mean you got to change things, because you can say, well, no, this is a good situation for me right now. But you know them people that care about you. But when you do have the people that don't care, don't empower them by wasting so much time, putting so much weight in what they say.
Don't empower them by, like I say, letting them live rent-free in your head. You go to sleep, you thinking about it. You wake up, you thinking about it. You at work, you thinking about it. Like, why did they say that? Why did they do that? It's trust. Take it from somebody who knows, who's done it, who has done it. It's not worth it.
Hey man, I know that joke over there in his hood, over there in the Philippines. Hey, he probably just tearing up some stuff. But Poochie gonna be all right.
Right.
Poochie ain't worried about all that stuff. But I just want to address that because, again, that was one of the things I thought about, how your personal success, your personal journey for you to be happy can still affect other people. And when a person is a fool and they out here acting crazy and stuff like that, you don't waste your air, your energy, your life trying to go back and forth. Well, I'm this. No. Now, I ain't saying, like I said again, we're going to go back. You know how far to be the bigger person.
Right.
Because, again, like I said, a lot of times the bigger person make a bigger fool messing with you. Oh, that ain't going to be it, I'm going to do this. That ain't going to be this, I'm going to do that. Nah, look here, man, I ain't finna play with you. But I want all of us to pull out this conversation. Don't empower them folks. And you empower them by changing who you are. To try to feel like, okay, I got to prove to folks that that's not how I am. Or that's not what I'm trying to do. You know you. Appreciate you, be proud of you, okay? And never, ever, ever, ever let nobody pull you away from being who you are or being the best you possible. Again, this is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly. Tonight's show we talked about don't argue with a fool. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion tonight. Hope you guys appreciated the show we had. Again, we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. I know I'm forgetting something, and a YouTube channel. Make sure you know whatever platform you follow us, you go to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get a notification we upload a new video. We're still on Project 3500. I don't even know if we hit 31 yet, but we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it. But I appreciate all you guys from the bottom of my heart, all the love and support you've been giving. What you about to say, Lab?
Oh, I was about to say, I think they doing a get rid of fake YouTube users because they've been cleaning out stuff. So you was at 31, now you're at 3050. So
3050, we had 3050 for the longest.
Right.
We're doing that. So I appreciate our love and support what we got and everything. We got to get at 3500. That's the next goal of that. But also, guys, next week we'll be back with Mr. Short Dollar, doing great with Mr. Short Dollar. But again, if you check out Mr. Short Dollar. But we're going to have some great information coming out of Pike for Change the Lives. But make sure you go to that YouTube channel, Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Again, thanks for all the love and support. Take care of yourself, guys. Be safe out there. And I'll talk with you soon.